The NAFTA Podcast.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
Liverpool 7, whole touchdown,
An extra
United
point.
nil, and an extra
Days in a week.
Yeah, exactly. Gakpo 43rd, Nunez 47th, Gakpo again 50th, Salah 66th, Nunez 75th, Salah again in the 83rd, and the cherry on the top, Bobby Firmino, no longer going to be a Liverpool player after this season, gets his last goal against United. I'll set the stage for Nick and Michael to go at it. A couple pundits I saw believe that United played better in the first half. I think that's very debatable. I think they looked okay. I don't think they played better. And then the second half was literally a United team that I just did not think I would ever see again in the back, for sure. I don't think Nick thought he was ever going to see them again. The amount of the back of the jersey I saw on Luke Shaw and Martinez was alarming. And to be honest, it's fucking wild. This is why this league is the best league. I don't think anyone had 3-0, let alone 7. So, who wants to go first is, I think, what I should be asking.
I just thought that I'll let Michael go first, and before he goes, I just want to let him
As
know.
Nick goes first.
No, I just want him to know the mental state that I'm in. That I have been listening to Papa Roach Last Resort on repeat for 24 hours. So just keep in mind to know that the person you are speaking to, that is where their head is at. So you can have all the fun you want, but just
No.
know what I've been doing.
Nick's appeal for empathy is well heard.
I told the kids to go on YouTube and Google the topic and just listen to it while I just blast this music in the entire classroom all day at school.
You did like the drunk teacher, like we're gonna watch a movie.
Yeah.
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 All right. First off, I tried to look this up real quick. Peter Drury, who's the color guy? Arlo? Is it Arlo White?
Arlo White?
He left.
No, he left. He was the color.
Okay.
He was the guy that appeared Drury. It's not Graham Lasso, is it?
That's who it is, Graham Lasso. Yeah. He kept calling him Cody Gapco over and over and over again. And I was like, bro, like, come on. You have to have it in front of you. It's Gakpo. It's actually Hackpo, but no one calls him that. He
Really?
said it wrong every single... It's Hackpo.
Oh, interesting.
But literally no one calls him that. So, like, I don't think you have to. He said it wrong every time, though. It was just kind of funny. I have, like, this first time I've ever written anything down because I had so many different thoughts that I wanted to just quick fire. Because there's only one I really actually think is interesting to talk about. I thought Jordan Henderson played one of the best games I've ever seen him play. He picked the ball up in the back and distributed it to the front three like he has years ago. The midfield in general looked incredible. Fabinho looked great. Harvey Elliott was probably the best game he's ever played. Van Dijk and Konate there should not be another center back pairing the rest of the season. Maybe Matip, but like Joe Gomez cannot play center back. Mo Salah was the best player on the field, as he seems to be every time they play United. I don't know what it is about it, but like he is the best player on the field every time they play. Him sitting down Lisandro Martinez and then passing that ball into Gakpo was outrageous. I was watching that and I literally could not stop laughing. It was so funny. And then really the only other, I think the front three, like I think this was like the best, obviously the culmination of every best outcome that could have possibly happened to be 7-0. Like, it just is not something that happens. Nunez and Gakpo were unbelievable. They all finished their chances. Getting the Firmino goal was huge. And this is the only part that I because this involves Nick too. And I'm saying this, obviously I know I'm sitting here in a LeBron James Liverpool jersey that I just received today for this occasion. I'm drinking out of a cup that has our 5-0 win from last year on it. I know I'm taking the piss out of you right now. and you have to accept it because we just won 7-0. Hasn't happened for almost 100 years.
Who did it last?
Wolves. Shout out you, Dylan. I'm sure you were a fan all the way back then. But I do want to say this because I'm trying to put myself in your situation. If I was a United fan and I was sending videos to John, sending stuff to John about it from Twitter, from TikTok and everything. And I'm saying this, and you know how I feel about him personally. I hate him. I think he's a bullshit player. I think he's very talented. Dude, if I'm telling you right now, if I saw Jordan Henderson acting like Bruno Fernandes acted that game, I would never want him to play for me again. It was truly disgraceful how he acted.
I think Nick's writing a notes app response to you right now.
No, I'm playing with.
Listen, from the game on, he acted like he always acts, and I understand part of it. And he did it the first game too that you guys won. He took the ball. He wouldn't give the ball up. He just held on to it longer than any player has ever held on to the ball. They all do it, but he just does it worse. He does it worse than anybody else, and he did it in a win. And I understand that aspect of the game. It's not going to go away. You have to accept it in some respect. I don't know if he was signaling to come off the field. A lot of pundits were saying that he was. Okay, you're saying he wasn't. I don't know.
I watched 8 videos of it. It didn't look like it.
Okay. He definitely gave up when he tried to get the ball from Baccetic and then just stood there. And that was the point late in the game where I was like, absolutely unacceptable. Captain of Manchester United. You cannot do that. It's the same way for Liverpool. If I saw my captain do that, I would literally say I don't want him to ever play again.
I'm not going to say that.
Nick's like we need him.
This is because obviously I didn't just on Twitter a lot of it today. It's what do you I agree with you. He shouldn't have done the shit. I didn't even really know about the ref pushing thing. And it wasn't really pushing. The referee did grab him first. And he kind of pushed him to the side. I'm not saying that's not a defense of what he did or the referee, but he gets a lot of shtick, and I agree. He's a guy that you love to have on your team. You love him, and if he's not on your team, you fucking no, you hate him. But
I'm saying if he was on my team in that moment, I would have hated him.
Yeah, probably. But he's a really passionate, competitive guy. No one likes getting your ass whooped like that.
But listen, it's different. It's different if he's just a guy on the team.
No, it's not. There shouldn't be a difference.
He's the captain of the team.
You can't hate on. Yeah, he acts this way all the time. All of a sudden, this is typical British bullshit. Everyone overreacts like crazy. It's all of a sudden you lose one game. It's oh my god, the season's over. That's a general thing. The British are so now what we've been winning and everyone compliments him all season that he's the reason why he's more fiery. He gets the guys playing. He's playing them accountable. His passion. They're calling him passionate and all these things. All of a sudden it happens one time. I don't disagree with you. You say I thought it was embarrassing, but he's gonna make a mistake and you move on. It's just people that want to make clips and news and make their little 5-second TikToks videos just to get attention. It's not.
Yes. So keep it going.
Yeah, I will.
Guys.
I will.
Listen, what I'm trying to say though is this. If there's any moment,
I got it figured out. I'm gonna cut you off.
Okay,
put your hand up to the webcam there, to the cam there for me, please.
This is great content.
Yeah, no. I want knuckles, please. Put your knuckles out for me. Yeah, I'll just kiss your ring of the Liverpool, greatness, and we'll just say move on. So
now you're getting to the other point where you're pulling a Gary Neville, who literally said that you absolutely cannot lose the game 7-0 no matter what. You can't lose. And then when they tried to analyze the game, he just sat there and go, "Oh, congratulations, you got 3 points. Oh, great win. Congratulations. Oh, you got 3 points." He didn't give a shit when before he was couldn't stop talking about it. So listen, and I'm just gonna say, I give Luke Shaw credit because Luke Shaw at least almost could have given up 2 penalties with how he was tackling out there. But he was at least trying. Like, he was at least trying to stop balls from going in the back of the net, trying to defend. That's where I put my foot down. This is the one game where it does matter. The one single game where it does matter, where you can't say, well, it's just a game. It isn't. Like, not for anybody on either of these two teams. It's not. You can't act like that during the game.
In my wealth of experience with my well-documented old age on this podcast, I would like to say that there's two ways this goes. And the old head in me is sitting here saying that Ten Hag did what he did after Brentford. He ran the crap out of them, the whole thing. Today, he made them sit down and watch Liverpool players' celebrations in audio in silence at Carrington at 9 a.m.
Such a high school coach thing, by the way.
I think that's I think that's worse than running, to be honest with you.
so.
But there's one of two ways to go. Like, it sucks. You wear it. You eat it in the moment, and you can dwell on it, or like you're just gonna have to just take it and you move on. And you know what? Like, you rip into them after the game, whatever, and you say you better show up to work tomorrow. And you better show up to work, because Betis is going to come in, and Southampton's, whatever. Like, that. It is what it is, man. Like, we played like shit in the second half. We ate it. That really sucks. Let everybody have their go. And then you want to be, he talks about being unprofessional, which I agree with. Well, let's be professionals. Let's get our shit back together. Put your hard hats back on, go back to work and take care of business on Thursday. It's simple as that. Like, they act how they acted. You deal with it in the locker room.
I think he's gonna cook his ass.
I wouldn't surprise. It wouldn't surprise me if he benches him. But it's just everyone's making too much of everything. We're in third place.
I don't think that's the case.
We're in third place. If you told me we're in third place this late in the season, and I have to take one ass beating like this, I'll eat it. I'll take it. It's fine. Like, I'm not gonna get worked up over it.
I want to ask like an actual analytical question though for this game. Nick,
we suck. Yes.
How do you next season? You got an entire transfer window coming up. You have to be purchasing someone not named Wout Weghorst to help out with Rashford.
I actually wanted to send you guys. They had a whole Qatari takeover lineup next year, and I said, "Oh wow, this definitely screams financial fair play all over it."
Yeah, but I think like we mentioned it before, like an Ivan Toney is I forget who I was seeing say this. The fact that we are Manchester United, you are Manchester United, and your big signing at January, and on this podcast even, it's been well documented. They're obviously trying to sell and trying to, they're not going to buy things just like Liverpool won't. But your big signing was the guy who scored 3 goals last year, and like that's not very United. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Wasn't the big signing Anthony?
Well, but the January one. I'm just saying. I don't know.
No, it's ideally you sign either Sabitzer or another central midfielder, You have to sign a striker, and I'd argue you need another center back because Varane's on the wrong side of 30.
Yeah,
still great, but he's obviously injury prone and stuff. But you need a central midfielder. I'd argue you need a striker and a winger, and you definitely need a central defender.
Yeah,
and probably a keeper.
Yeah, I think
that has nothing to do with De Gea is getting better with his feet. I mean, they get into this stuff, but he's got another year or so.
For a shot stopper, he doesn't stop many.
I don't know how much. I mean, we don't need to get that, but yeah, it's just proof that we're still not. I mean, we're back, but we're not. As I said, we're not back. Like, no, I
hate. We're back.
We're not like.
I just
back.
hate that it's so. We're not, but we're not. We're back, but we're not.
No,
back,
but like
back,
we're not
back.
like we're not sitting here wallowing like we had the last few years. Like even though we got I feel totally fine going into Betis. I feel totally fine going into Saturday or Sunday next week. Like it sucks, but like we have a manager that he's going to put his foot down. I have full faith he'll take care of business and we'll be fine. I'm not. If this was Ole or anybody else, I'd be like, oh fuck, like we're gonna finish in 12th.
I think you can definitely hang your hat on you guys being ahead of schedule. Is
Yes.
what I think you're trying to say.
Yeah.
Michael, I'm going to ask you something in a second, but Nick, last thing. I think that you're actually a very realistic Man United fan. The conversation that happened this week on the internet that I'm sure you did not see because you're not on the internet like Michael and I are, or even Dylan. The talk about a quadruple is the most diluted shit I had ever heard in my entire life, and I'm glad it only lasted for 2 days.
Thank God that shit's over.
Yeah. Dylan?
Until you're mathematically out of it, I think you should still talk about it.
ESPN will. ESPN's been talking about it for like a month and a half.
They're the worst, man. They're the worst.
It's literally
kinda
that's
ridiculous.
actually clicks. That's actually clicks.
Yeah. Michael, we mentioned this with Nick just a second ago. Is Liverpool back?
No, we're not.
Is Texas?
Hold on,
Yeah.
because
Horns
this
up.
is the last thing I'm gonna say about United and then Liverpool and everything else. I think Ten Hag had a bad game. I think he tactically was. I don't know why Marcus Rashford is not on the left, going after Trent Alexander-Arnold all game. Doesn't make
Good
any
game for
fucking.
Sancho to play too, and he didn't play.
Anthony did not play any defense. Did not track back at all. Fernandez again, not going into the character stuff. He was bad. Played horrible. Casemiro was.
It was
fine,
it was statistically the worst game he's played. 0 tackles, 0 interceptions. This is the point that he was atrocious, which just proves how important his play is. Yeah. It was brutal.
I think in a weird way, United went from, in my opinion, a 95% chance at finishing third. I think they're at 75 now. I think there is a chance if they do not, the next couple games, I don't know who they play. If they do
We should win 5 out of 5.
Okay, so if you don't, or not, I'm not even saying if you don't. If you win 4 and lose and tie 1, then I don't think you're not going to finish in third. But if the next game, like we were saying a couple weeks ago, the next game is the most important game. If you stumble in that game and the teams below you start to pick up a little bit more points, it's going to get a little tougher. And I think I said it on the pod last week when we were talking about this game. I think a little bit, at least statistically, you guys have been punching above your weight a little bit. And I think that it could all come down if Ten Hag doesn't get everybody back in line.
I'm going to make a statement here. We're going to win 9 of our next 9 games, including
All comps?
All comps, 9 for 9.
Let me run through them because I got them ready to roll. Betty, Southampton, Betty again, Fulham, Newcastle, Brentford, Everton, Forest. I don't
Chelsea.
hate that. Chelsea. Oh,
I see 3 speed bumps.
I see 4.
What are you?
Betty twice is not going to be easy at all.
I didn't say it was going to be
tough.
easy.
Yeah. I think
Brentford and Fulham. Well, where is it at? At Brentford or at Fulham either?
At Brighton. And
Brentford's home.
Fulham's at home. Newcastle's away.
That's going to be tough too.
Yeah. Brentford's at home. Sorry.
We believe in you.
That's all I need to hear. I'll be able to
You
sleep
go,
fine
little
tonight.
guy.
I'll be able to sleep just fine tonight because you said that, Dylan.
Yeah. Sorry, the Brighton game is canceled and getting moved. I just saw that. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
All right. United, Liverpool. Never a lack of content, never a lack of stories. I should make at least 4 TikToks out of this. Thanks, guys.
The NAFTA podcast.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.